What goes on, guys? We're back here again with another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the new Spawn universe McFarlane Toys Deluxe Mandarin Spawn Gamestop Exclusive. Now, I was originally going to pass on this figure when I heard about like the rumors and the leaks about it. I was like, you know what? I got the regular release. I'm sure it's just going to be a simple repaint of that with extra accessories, whatever. I don't really need it. Then they solicited the pictures and showed the figure itself, and I went ahead and switched up completely and was like, you know what? I need to get that. So I told my boy at the GameStop, I was like, yo, look, if you get this guy, let me know. Give me a call. He gave me a call, went, boom, got it, done. So this is an awesome figure, and I'm very happy that I got it. And today we're going to go over the differences and, compare to the previous two Mandarin Spawns, which aren't bad figures in the slightest, but this one really sets apart from them. So let's go ahead and take a look. Starting off with the packaging, it's a very big box. Like, I'm actually kind of surprised at how big the box is. It's very deep. Like, if you kind of like look, like there's really nothing for the figure that really needs it to be this deep, because it's like about twice the size of the regular box. So I don't really think anything in the box justified it being this big, but whatever. It's still an awesome looking box. You can see the classic Spawn logo. It says Deluxe Mandarin Spawn. Todd McFarlane designed, like, designer edition, I guess. It says that it comes with a mini poster. You get the nice gold trim of the Mandarin Spawn down here with the Mandarin Spawn logo. On the back, you get an awesome product image of the figure itself with the nice classic Spawn logo on the top. Then you come around here, you get that same design there. And then on the bottom, just some copyright information and the barcode if you need that. But yeah, the box is cool, just really large. But let's go ahead and take a look at the figure. So taking a look at the figure here, I really gotta say that it looks really nice. The paint and the sculpt on this is immaculate. Like, for the most part, it is just a retooled version, sculpt-wise, of the previous Mandarin Spawns, but when it comes to paint, they are very different. Has the same color scheme, but the locations of the paint are much more intricate. There's a lot more paint on this figure, and not even just like upfront paint. Like, there's like little subtle things that add more paint. So let's go ahead and take a closer look. Looking at the head sculpt here, I gotta say it's a really nice head sculpt. Like, it's a brand new head sculpt. It has like this separate like hair piece. I would be careful. That's a really thin, soft piece of plastic. When I took it out of the box, I thought that it was gonna be, I thought it was broken, but it's not. It's just really thin. So just be careful with that. The head looks really nice. You can see the side here. Like I said, it's a brand new head sculpt. You get this new forearm piece on the non-shield wielding side. So that looks really cool. The sculpt is crazy. New shoulder pad, that looks crazy. Look at all that paint on there. There's like 4 colors just on that one shoulder pad. The other arm, I believe, is the same as the previous one, but it still looks good. There's more paint on here, like the gold, the white, and the red. I really like that. You still get the faces and joints, which I think is crazy. On the chest here, I guess dragon, I think is what it's supposed to be, like that Chinese dragon. I really like that. There's a lot of paint on there, much more paint than the previous one. As you can kind of see right here, just a sneak peek. Lots more paint, like, throughout the whole figure, which I really like. And then you get a completely new loincloth. It's got a different sculpt, different paint. It's not just like a big block. It's more like, it's got like texture on it. And it's a lot softer than the previous one. It kind of just like flops all over the place. Going around on the back, you can see more paint on the back of the figure. Now, like, subtle paint that I'm talking about is there's a gold dry brush along the black parts of the body. It's on the hands. It's really subtle, but it works so nice. And that was not on the previous figure, so I really like that. And then the feet are painted much more because there was no paint on the prior one. So I really like to see the toes painted, things like that. So yeah, I mean, the paint sculpt on this guy is phenomenal. And I really, really like the new paint apps that they put on this. So let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories that come with this new figure, because it also comes with a bunch new accessories than the previous one. So let's go ahead and take a look at those. So taking a look at the accessories, we do get a lot of reused stuff, which is okay because, like I said, there's what we got before wasn't bad, but we also get a lot of new stuff. So starting off with the reuse stuff, we got this bladed weapon that we got before. I love the sculpt of the dragon on the blade. I think it looks so nice. Then coming along the hilt, looks really good. There's actually less paint on this hilt than there is the previous one. The previous one that came with the regular release figure actually had red here, but I don't really mind. It doesn't bother me. It's a little bit lighter gold. It kind of seems the same on camera, but in person it's a little bit darker on the previous one. It also came with the gold label exclusive as well, but the whole blade itself was gold, and then the blue and then the jade color for the tassel on the end. So this is the only weapon that was consistent between the three of them, which I find very interesting. But it's the best one out of all of them, so I'm okay with that. Then this weapon came with the gold label exclusive. I really like the Spawn logo in the middle there. That looks really cool. You get nice paint sculpt all the way up here. No paint on it. This one came with the gold label one, but same amount of paint apps. It's just the gold label one had a blue staff, which was kind of a weird choice. And then this one, this is just kind of this is a simple blade. This came with the regular release figure, but that also looks really nice for this one. As for new weapons, you get what I like to call the Thanos Spyblade. This looks great. These are actually really pointy. You get the Spawn emblems on each side. Now, the thing about this one is you can pop it off, and you could have it like just one sword, like one giant like gilding sword or whatever you want to call it. Or you could like plug it back in and have the blades facing the same way. I don't know why you'd want to do that. I think it's cooler to rotate it and have them, opposite ways. So like when he's spinning them or whatever, like that's pretty cool. But the thing that's a problem about this one is it warps really easy. Like these blades are really heavy compared to the plastic in the middle, so it doesn't hold very well. But if you cut it like vertical like this, it'll hold nice. So I really like this. This is cool. The next thing that he comes with is the shield. And this shield looks awesome. It doesn't match the art that I'm going to show you in a second, but I'm okay with that. I like different interpretations, and I think this works really nice on the back. You get great like wood grain. There's paint on the straps, which is a really nice touch. They didn't have to do that. The gold trim is really nice. This is a separate piece, like the wood is. It's kind of plugged into the front. There's a lot of paint here. It's very big. He holds it very nice, so I really like that. And the way you get him to hold it is kind of just pry the fingers open a little bit and get it in there, Captain America's wielding style, and then boom, and he holds the shield really nice. So definitely gonna have him holding that, and I'm definitely gonna have him holding the Thanos Spyblade. So yeah, I really like those. But one little special inclusion that I don't think was needed, but I can really appreciate, is this piece of Todd McFarlane and Greg Capullo art. I'm not sure who drew what or who colored what, but I really like this. And this art kind of depicts a combination of the two. It kind of shows, it resembles the head sculpt more of this one. It actually kind of resembles this one more, just a different color scheme, but then has the shield and the weapon of the deluxe one here. But I don't know, I really like this. I'm gonna maybe try to get a frame for it, put it behind my Spawn figures, but I hope we get more of this. I really like this. This is a really nice inclusion. Nothing on the back. You can see the Greg Capullo and Todd McFarlane signatures there. So yeah, this is awesome. But let's go ahead and take a look at the figure's articulation. As for the articulation of Mandarin Spawn, it's really good. There's just one thing that I really don't like, and that's the head. It does not move up at all. You can kind of get them to move down a little bit, not really up at all. You get good pivot, and it rocks around, rotates. It's just, I don't know what it is. I think it's the helmet clashing with this really hard piece right here. If he would have made that a little bit softer, I think it would have been able to move up a little bit more, but whatever, it's really not that big a deal. I wish he could have moved up a little bit more, actually. But the shoulders move upwards that much. They kind of get kicked back a little bit. They both rotate 360, even though they have different shoulder pads. You get a bicep swivel on both of them that work to the fullest that they can with the shoulder pads there. Single jointed, faceful elbows that only move in about that much. You do get a swivel at the forearm, the wrist, and a hinge at the wrist. It actually swivels on both sides, so like you can swivel at the base of the wrist and then at the part where the hand meets the wrist, and then there's a face in there as well, so you can get the hand to do pretty much anything you want. I think when they're implemented nice like this, that's the best way to go for wrists, so I like that. The ab crunch on this guy is incredible. He can move all the way forward, all the way back, like almost 90 on the back. Swivel up here, and you can swivel down at the bottom of the waist. You get great pivot as well. So this is how every figure should be articulated in the torso, especially McFarlane, because usually they never move up. But that works beautifully. Ball jointed hips that move outwards that much. They kick back that far forward, about like right there. This literally isn't getting away. It's really, really soft. So I like that. The degenerate leg kicks backwards that much. You know, you can kind of have like the hinge back. It depends. You know, it's part of the Mandarin Spawn design, so I'm okay with that. Or you can straighten it out, whatever you prefer. Then the ankle goes all the way down. I don't really like the way they did the ankles on this. It goes all the way forward. And a really bad ankle pivot, to be honest. It's more like a swivel. I don't like the way they did it because it locks too easy. It's not fluid, and having these kind of weird legs, it kind of gets them difficult to sand. You could probably see me fidgeting with it throughout the video, but it just makes it a little bit difficult to get him to stand. But once you do, I mean, the feet are wide enough to where he'll hold it. But yeah, so let's go ahead and compare him to previous spawns that I have in my collection. So first off, here he is next to the Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn by McFarlane Toys, obviously. And you can see that the Mandarin Spawn is a lot taller than him. Even, I guess it's kind of due to the hair, but even without the hair, he's still taller. This is one of the best figures I own. I love this thing. He really needs to do a classic Spawn with this kind of articulation that isn't a stupid Kickstarter. I can't believe he did that. That's so dumb in my opinion. But whatever. I will wait until we get a classic Spawn on a body like this. But I think these two look pretty awesome together. I've been using this as my classic Spawn. I might paint it up a little bit, get an extra one painted up a little bit, but not that big a deal. He is a lot shorter, but the comparison that I think most people want to see is to the previous Mandarin Spawn. So let's move him in the middle. He's probably going to fall. We got the regular common release of the Mandarin Spawn, which is also probably going to fall. And we have the gold label exclusive, which this one stands pretty good, actually. So looking at them all together, I gotta say the new Deluxe version is probably my favorite. I can't believe how many differences there are between the three of them, believe it or not. Like, all their loin pieces are different, all their heads are different, and they each got different arms and shoulder pads. Well, actually, these two have the same arms, but they all have different shoulder pads and different paint apps, different locations of paint. So I gotta say, I'm happy to have all three, and I plan on keeping all three of them. Again, if I had to pick one, I gotta say this one's my favorite, but I'm surprised at how different these two are. I'm happy that this wasn't just a simple Todd McFarlane repaint, and that it was worth getting, especially for the extended price point. But these two things really set it apart, the shield and the bi-blade. And believe it or not, I'm really enjoying this piece of art. I think that's awesome. I think we should do more stuff like that instead of stupid figure stands, but whatever. Oh, if I didn't mention before, comes with a figure stand, but I'm not taking that out. But yeah, I think they look great together. So let's go ahead and take out final thoughts. So what are your final thoughts on this figure, you may be asking me? I have to say, I enjoyed it. I'm very happy to have it, and I think that it turned out better than I initially thought. Like I said in the beginning of the video, when I first heard about this figure being rumored or whatever, I was like, another Mandarin Spawn? We already have 3 of them, or 2 of them at this point. Do we really need a third one? But then he goes again and shows me, and I'm like, damn, I have to get that. So I did, and I'm happy that I did. I think that it turned out really good. The paint and the sculpt on this thing is incredible, as it always is for Todd. But I think for the most part, the articulation is really good as well. And I think that it's really good for Todd. Like, usually, you know, he's limited on his articulation or whatever, but I think that he did a really nice job on this. So I'm pleasantly surprised at how good this is. I gotta say, if I was to rate this figure, I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10. It's a good repaint, but not a full repaint. So I'm okay with that. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for today. If you'd be so inclined, I could really appreciate some new subscribers, some likes on the video. Comment if you want. I'd love to talk to you guys. I just started my channel and my Instagram account, and I would really appreciate the build up and the support from you guys. But anyway, that's all I got for today. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.